I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I told you guys that this was going to happen. What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and today is another edition of This Week in Funko News. Of course, where we talk about the latest Funko news, whether it be about Funko Pop announcements, something related to the world with Funko, including leaks and stuff like that. Which, speaking of those leaks, we did do a video earlier in the week about the recent Funko Pop leaks, so those won't be talked about in this video, considering that I already talked about them. But as usual, at the end of the video, I will be comprising a top 5 list of my favorite individual Funko Pop announcements throughout this past week. So don't forget to do the 3 things of like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right to it. So the first thing we're talking about is something that was announced last week, but was announced after we recorded last week's video, being a Barnes & Noble exclusive Max from Where the Wild Things Are, which is really awesome considering that Where the Wild Things Are is a set that had their original set of Pops way back in the day, I believe for the books lineup when Funko Pops first started. And so now for those that couldn't get those OG Pops, can now get it with at least this Barnes & Noble set so far. And something that I do want to point out is that brand new Barnes & Noble exclusive sticker. Next up, we have ourselves a set of Snow White Pops with 2 versions of the Evil Queen and 2 versions of Snow White. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is for an upcoming live action Snow White movie that's going to be hitting up the theater soon. So it is pretty cool that we're getting Pops for the specific movie. And I do like the fact that it isn't this whole wave of Pops that we've gotten in the last couple of years where it's filled with unnecessary characters. It's literally the main protagonist and the main antagonist and 2 different versions of those characters in this set. Next up, we have the long-awaited Ed, Edd and Eddy Pops, where we have Ed with a chase, Double D Ed, and then Eddie himself. And these are some really awesome Pops, especially what they did with the chase version of Ed, where it's a different molding for the mouth and those swirly eyes that we used to see in like superhero Pops, like example, the Joker, or I should say also Star Wars with Darth Maul back in the day. So it's really cool that they are incorporating that style of eye into the Funko Pop here. And then the other 2 Pops are cool, and I believe there's also a Funko Shop exclusive to go along with this, but in the post that I'm looking at, it wasn't announced yet, but it was later confirmed by Funko during the week. Next up, GameStop had announced a couple of Star Wars Pops of Star Killer, and we got a Force Ghost Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, these Pops are really cool. Of course, Star Killer is one of those popular characters from the video game. Can't remember exactly which video game it is. I think it's The Force Unleashed, if I'm not mistaken, is where that's from. So it's really cool that we finally have a Pop of him. And then we got ourselves the Force Ghost Qui-Gon Jinn, that I believe was from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, where he does make an appearance near the end of the series. So it is really cool that we actually have this Pop, but I don't know how many people are like super excited about it now, considering it's been about 2 or 3 years since the Obi-Wan Kenobi series had released on Disney+. Funko Fundays will not be happening in 2025. And this is what I was alluding to in the intro of the video, because I had mentioned this 2 months ago on our 5 bold predictions for 2025 video, that I said that either Fundays would not happen or that 2025 will be the last year that Fundays will be happening. And if you don't believe that I said this, here's actually a clip from that specific video of me mentioning about this. Let's talk about prediction number 4. And prediction number 4 for me is that I think Funko Fundays will not happen in 2025, or it will be the last time we see it in 2025. And there it is. The proof is in the pudding, so to speak, where I did mention that in a video. But of course, you know, I'm not being suggested on the YouTube algorithm. So that's another reason for you to like and comment on this video so more people can see this and more people will believe me. But this is something that didn't surprise me, but it did surprise quite a bit of people that this isn't happening. And I did watch the video that the Gasolcast had done about this whole situation. And so I'm sure a lot of us are hoping that this isn't exactly true, but I feel that this will be true. We got ourselves a collaboration of Kinder Chocolate and Funko DC. So you guys may have seen in the past of Kinder Chocolate and Funko collaborations when you open up the eggs, but now we have ourselves Kinder Chocolate and you get trading cards along with them, which is a little bit meh. I don't know how many people will actually be excited about getting Kinder Chocolate while getting trading cards at the same time. The Funko Shop had released a Funko Shop exclusive Hello Kitty, which I'm not entirely on board with. This all is just a Hello Kitty head on an ice cream cone with a holder. I don't know, like, I can't really be too excited about this, especially not being a fan of Hello Kitty. Funko posted a photo with the caption, "Guess where we're popping up this week?" And that is to announce they will be at NBA All-Star this week, and they also have a booth with Darius Garland and Cade Cunningham to meet and probably do autographs with. Which I guess it is cool if you already have these Funko Pops and you want to get them signed by these basketball players, but I don't know, I don't really have too much of excitement for NBA basketball, so I can't really gravitate towards this well. Funko announced the next TargetCon exclusive for this year, which is a Moments of a glow-in-the-dark Rey and Kylo Ren. Now, this was a pop that I guess leaked a few weeks back with the actual pop itself. It actually has been showing up at my local GameStop here in Canada, and honestly, I'm not entirely excited about this. I mean, like, this movie of Rise of Skywalker has been out since 2019. Why are we still making pointless pops for this movie in 2025 when we're basically, if my math's correct, like half a decade removed from the release of this movie? Like, it wasn't really that groundbreaking of a movie to where they can make so many pops for this lineup. I just feel like this is kind of lazy in my opinion, and that either they shouldn't have made this at all or they should have made it back in 2019 or even 2020 when the movie was still fresh. Something that really has me excited that got announced this morning as I'm recording this, which is the next Funko NFT set, and that is Toy Story Series 1 for the 30th anniversary with 6 redeemables. God, I am so happy but disappointed at the same time because I'm gonna be making that rain flow right there. Just giving Funko all my money there. But these redeemables are absolutely awesome. I'm not going to go into too much description of this because tomorrow here on the channel, I will be doing a separate video talking about basically everything you need to know about Toy Story Series 1 for the Pop Digital / Funko NFTs. So definitely stay tuned to that video because of course I will have a lot of positive things to say because Toy Story is my #1 set of pops that I collect for. While in post-production, I totally forgot to bring up at the beginning of the video of the Super Bowl 49 championship 5-pack for the Philadelphia Eagles, which has Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, and Darius Slay, which I'm always a fan of these championship Funko Pops that they do with Fanatics, with whatever team wins the championship, whether it be for the NFL like they did with Kansas City last year, or they did it with the MLB. But let's officially kick off this top 5 list, and maybe this 5-pack does make the list. This week was kind of lackluster with the amount of announcements there actually were, so you may know exactly where a lot of my pops are going to be chosen from as terms to this list. Coming in at number 5 on my list is the royalty pop for the Toy Story Funko NFT set, being Freddie Funko as Sid. Now, this is a really awesome pop. It's actually the first look of a Sid pop, considering there is a specialty series exclusive Sid in the rumor mill, but it hasn't been confirmed yet with Glam Shot, so this is the closest that we have right now to a Sid pop. So that's going to be really awesome, and of course, I can't wait to get this royalty. Coming in at number 4 on my list is the GameStop exclusive Star Killer from Star Wars. This is a really awesome pop, and I do love the detail that is involved with this, where you do have the electricity going around with the suit and the double lightsabers. Now, even though I haven't really played much of the Force Unleashed, I feel like this would be maybe 1 or 2 more spots higher if this was a glow-in-the-dark pop to go along with the electricity effect, just like how the Qui-Gon Jinn actually is a glow-in-the-dark pop for that set. Coming in at number 3 on this list is the Chase variant of Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Now, this is pretty decent, of course, not too different from the common, where it's the exact same body mold, but it's the head mold that's different, where the mouth is open and it has the swirly eyes like I mentioned. So that's really awesome. Of course, people have been waiting for Ed, Edd n Eddy pops for a long time, so I felt like the hype involved with that deserved to have this at least halfway on this list. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the Ultra figure of Scud for the Toy Story Funko NFT set. This is absolutely amazing, and I love the fact that we actually have a pop of Scud, and it will go along well with the eventual specialty series exclusive Sid, or perhaps the Freddie Funko as Sid in this set, and I cannot wait once again to get this. And I actually do think, and I'll mention it in tomorrow's tomorrow's video that it was a great idea to make this pop as the ultra figure of the set. And coming in at number 1 on my list is the baby head from the Toy Story Funko NFT set. This is chef's kiss. This thing is absolutely great, and I was hoping that if there was going to be a Funko NFT set for Toy Story, that there would be baby head involved in the set, because I think it would do well as an NFT redeemable pop rather than an actual Funko Pop sitting on the shelves at, let's say, a GameStop or a Hot Topic, or perhaps on the Funko Shop website. But especially being the grail of the set, it's going to be very hard to get. So hopefully when I do open packs for this, that I do pull this while having to buy it on the secondary market.